All right, welcome everybody. Got a late night game against Hector of Troy here. Say hello to the internet. All right, got Hector here. Gonna play some base game. Think I need to reboot. Forgot to do the there we go. All right. Seem to be having a little bit of lag. My charger may not have been plugged all the way in. How we doing now? There we go. Looks a little better. All right. All right. Pretty decent normal setup for Imperials. I do have a loyal Corellia, missing Mustafar. Kind of do a fairly standard 3 plus maybe. That's probably fine. Yep, I think this is good. It's a little risky. I'll probably maybe I'll send the assault carrier to Kashyyyk, maybe the Star Destroyer. I don't know exactly which one yet. I think I keep the ATST. I think I send the AT-AT up to Utapau. Hector saying I've done a pretty normal deployment. I have been trying a couple of different things lately. Honestly, the Rhodia deployment is a little bit weak up there because it's subjugated. I have to leave something there, so the most I can move with is just a couple of things. So where are my Star Destroyers going? I always like to think about that as the Empire, and I think that's really the most important piece to the initial puzzle, is where are your Star Destroyers going and how do you keep them out of the corners? Like, you don't really want a Star Destroyer in Mon Cal unless you're planning on moving it back to, like, Mandalore fairly quickly. So, like, this is not great for a Star Destroyer, obviously. So that, in theory, should be more of a assault carrier move. So I would think Star Destroyer might have to go here and Death Star here. But I might actually, in this case, I might actually send the Star Destroyer up to Mon Cal with the idea of bringing it back to Felucia fairly quickly. I have to have a Star Destroyer over here, I think, which means I need a Star Destroyer over here too. And then the Death Star kind of in this section here. Trade relations helps. So does subversion. He did R2-D2 and didn't put it on Mothma and didn't grab anything. So I might try to pull Leia off. So he's probably on a sabotage. What mission do I run? R&D, I think. No sense in doing a subversion, although that could be a real tricky subversion. Put the Emperor on that and roll 4v5 and block the Moncal, but that seems pretty bad. Do I want to capture? No. Nope, don't want to do that. Okay, there's no support of the Moncal coming. We are going to plan on moving the Star Destroyer back pretty early. He's got to worry about whether or not Tarkin's on an R&D or if Tarkin's on fear will keep them in line. This is partially why it's good to have Tarkin on a mission turn 1, and also is a secret reason why Mahdi is not so good. Yeah, that's not a bad move there. So then which one I move here kind of impacts. Like, I think I would want to move Vader here with the idea of threatening fear will keep them in line. And that makes Leia not very useful here. R&D. I always like to see a Super Star Destroyer here. Interdictor's pretty good though. Construct Death Star is just not reliable enough. No Rapid. No Leia, no R2. Kato and Naboo. Okay. Fair enough. Hunt them down is nice. Especially with Soontir. Soontir is just too good to pass up in general. I always like to take him. So flexible with moving those TIE fighters around. You can do a lot of things with that. Okay, so I would like to move this Star Destroyer, even though that's not super ideal. I need to get a Star Destroyer out here too, and then one out here. So I have a lot of non-super functional things to do this turn. Okay, explain base tech. No good spot to Y-wing anything. I need to bulk up Rhodia if that's what I'm going to move. So the problem is if I move Rhodia, it's going to be really hard to get to Ryloth. So I might need to spend trade negotiations on that, but that'll be hard if Leia is there. It's not impossible. Keep the shield bunker down. Get the Star Destroyer up. Did I leave this here? Maybe I left that here. Should have brought that to Kashyyyk. Okay. Deployed. Okay, so getting Chewbacca is fine. Can't play Wookiees this turn, can play it next turn. I'll have my assault carrier out of there too. So I really need to do like lots of moves. All right. We're gonna try to get rid of R2 here. I think no sense mincing words here. I'm gonna try to trade negotiate up in Mustafar and see what happens. There's a decent chance I pull out R2 here. No such luck. If that goes through, then I don't need to move to Mustafar. If it's blocked, then I move to Mustafar and capture Leia, remove R2. Either way is sort of the idea there. Yeah, he did sniff that out, which is okay. What do I want to do there? Yeah, that's a pretty good use of everything. Let's go ahead and block it. Nope. No, that's too bad. All right, I can go ahead and finish this off. And I think I can actually afford to do this with a TIE fighter here. Or with a assault carrier. All right, and then we have to go this way. Makes Ryloth kind of a pain here, but that's okay. Word and Alderaan. Do we like secret facility here? Not really. I don't really like Veers either, though. Maybe I'd take a secret facility on Kato. Might end up being good. And then take Finest. Nah, take Director. Director's nice because of the extra intel. Too bad I passed on Ozzel. I have his probe card now. Got Akbar. See what he does with his deployment here. Thing is, I don't really need Leia captured here, so don't really mind if they free her up. Don't have any fancy tortures to run. I really don't like R2 there. I think what I do is I do like a fancy retreat up here. And do that, maybe. Definitely do trade relations in Megiddo would be good. He's still at 2 probes. I could use Soontir to block Megiddo. I don't know if that's any good or not, though. The problem is, even if I trade relations it, I don't really have anything easy to get there in the next turn or two. I almost like the idea of Soontir, Rule by Fear, trade negotiations all in the same spot. Flip that and then build my Star Destroyer there, to tell you the truth. I feel like I'm a little shy on coverage out in the Dantooine area. I don't hate that. That would be 3 leaders. And then 3 more moves. Chewie's not on anything fancy this move. Kind of like that, actually. I think I might try that. That might be a disaster, but we'll see. No rescue. Okay. Get my stuff in gear here. No Chewie. So have him roll first so I can take advantage of my heals. And he can't take advantage of his. I think this is probably a good one to play. I don't know, maybe not. Got him. Okay. It's just not super functional to be right next to Dagobah. I'd rather be next to Tatooine. Okay, rapid. So that means these are normal missions on here because he thought about those other ones for a long time. Let's do that. See if I can pull out a sabotage or not. Probably not, but you never know. Somebody's on something special. I figure maybe Dodonna? It's actually fine. I don't care too much about that. So What's that? Rescue? Guess. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Not too worried about sabotage anymore. Rescue, yeah. That's fine. Don't care too much about that, I don't think. So Krennic can block. He did. Would I rather have him have a speeder or a frigate? I think the answer is a speeder. I should have flipped secret facility. That would have been the smart thing to do. Way to go, Wombat. Cost yourself a speeder. All right. That's the whole reason you took secret facility. Sometimes late night rebellion, the brain is not moving as well as it could be. Too bad. Okay. Hoth is nice. Melhuta's nice too. $11. I have a captured leader, so I feel like I should really hold on to lure, but everything else is better. And like, do I need Leia? Not really. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of lure, even though I'm holding on to Leia. Alright. Build turn, draw recruits. Yeah. Had ambitions, maybe I should have taken that, especially with this post bounty being my other card. Gross. Is there any reason to take Mahdi? Maybe. Just for moves, but Rule by Fear seems pretty good, so I guess I'll take post bounty. Sloppy play there, folks. Sloppy play. Did he take Maydeen by chance? He did. I feel like if you take Maydeen, you need to emphasize shield bunkers here, so that's what I'm going to do. Even though I kind of want to deploy one on Kato. Yep, that's just what we're doing. Okay, tank. 2 AT-ATs. These guys produce TIE Fighter, Striker, Assault Carrier. That's a nice queue there. We're just going to load up the Death Star with shield bunkers. Do down here? We just have to go visit Endor, right? So we're going to put a Star Destroyer here with an ATST. That was my plan in the early days. Gives me a chance to retreat. Okay. Feel like you need a friend out there. You're probably going to attack Kashyyyk, right? Had I played Kato last turn, maybe that would have been better. I don't know. We'll see what he does. He might be trying to like score liberation or something, maybe. Should probably get an interdictor on the map. Should probably do a lot of things. So I'd definitely like to go to Endor this turn. Especially because we're starting to get into the missions where you can, what's that? Raid outposts or whatever I always lose to. So Tatooine might kind of be sneaky good too. Like this might be a turn where I just try to consolidate my stuff a little bit. 5 moves probably, something to do with here. It's a lot of people he has back. Feel like let's get five moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I feel like that's okay. What should I do here? Sort of feel like I could get a sneaky capture if he frees Leia. Okay. We already used Soontir up. I do value Krennic as a blocker. Not an Endor. Okay. I feel like he wants to build alliance on either Nel Hutta or Kessel, so I'd like to hold off on moving Toydaria until he commits to building an alliance somewhere. Now that he's sabotaged, I can go ahead and run Tarkin, I think, on a dress delay. Okay. Where do I want to rule by fear? It's sort of starting to feel like Dagobah, isn't it? Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. So we got like a, could be a build alliance and a rapid, or it could be a Akbar's over here, so that makes me think it might be a Incite Rebellion, maybe? Might have to do a move to Kessel and then to Nal Hutta later. Or I could proactively move to Tatooine. Try to wait him out. That seems like this might end up backfiring, but we're going to do it anyway. It is Tatooine, okay. So we just want to do... We just want to do some damage here, right? So let's just roll more dice. Block hits, roll dice, seems good. One of each. Okay. Everything blocked. So again, just want to do damage here, I think. Okay, going for confrontation. Okay. Tag is dead. Got a speeder. Have some stuff left. The real question is, how much do I want to push this? Like, I feel like I could probably take the ground pretty good. He doesn't have a very good leader there. Yep. But he could rapid this turn, maybe. And building some assault carriers and AT-ATs next turn. I might try with the Emperor next turn. I could flip. He'd have to flip back. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Do I just cover that? Force him to attack, use the Akbar card. Get my other stuff up there. I don't know. He's not deploying anything else. So yeah, let's just wear him down, I think. I feel like that's probably an Insight Rebellion. If it was a Rapid, I think he plays this last turn instead. Nope, Hidden Fleet. Interesting. Okay. Now I can move the Assault Carrier over, or I can move the Star Destroyer up. So Star Destroyer up seems like the correct thing to do here. Yavin and Kashyyyk. No, my plan of putting that on Tatooine didn't work out so hot. So let's do Dathomir, perhaps. Do Yavin. That's good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Go ahead and drop interrogation droid. Final leader, Ossel. Very nice. I don't think I would Ossel in on this turn. Maybe that. Would you guys Ossel here? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move or not. Definitely hunt them down. Get some good use out of that. Probably building an interdictor is a good idea. Maybe Rule by Fear and Rapid. I have 4 more assault carriers and 2 more Star Destroyers to deploy. Detain seems kind of low-key good here. Chewy on demo, probably. Seems like if I were Imperials or Rebels, that would be a key thing for me to try to run here. Okay, we'll see how Hector defends this. What are my chances of getting a detain off on somebody this turn? Not great. Set. The best move is probably to put Vader on Utapau, but then he could just demo in Corellia or something instead. No card. Okay. Yep. Flip. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So let's just do. Yeah, let's just get the fighters. I think is a good bet. Well, maybe not. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See if he stays or goes. So I could either hunt down the Corellia group, or I could hunt down the Corvette, which seems good. And I'd like to do that before Riken gets there. Soontir adds 2 to the total here. 3. So let's get the Corvette, I think. He doesn't have Lando. Prepare for battle, okay. I will not give you that one. It's probably going to cost me a demo, but that's okay. Guess maybe that's Rogue Squadron raid, which would be worse than demo. Lose the interdictor. Yep, that's too bad. Okay. We can take on a Moncal with a couple of Star Destroyers and Ozzel, I think. Yep. Okay. I think I feel sort of okay about where everything is. Star Destroyer's got these areas covered. I could move to Kessel. And I'm exposing Mandalore a little bit. Dagobah. Let's go ahead and go for Kessel, I think. Just to get my ducks in a row. Got me. Can't do much about that. So he should have a few options here. Probably stuff around, a couple around Megiddo. Maybe Dagobah. He doesn't have anything super close to his group unless it's Malastare. And if it's Malastare, he's pretty close to the Death Star. Malastare's kind of an interesting choice for him because he could build a transport and put it on Cato. It'd be pretty risky because I could just Ozzel into it. So Dagobah's the one I'm really hoping to draw here, I think. Dagobah, Dantooine. Great draws. Okay, so let's double check, make sure I'm not missing anything. Kessel, Toydaria, Bothawi, Geo Ryloth, Utapau, Malistaire, Bespin. Okay. So options for him are as follows. He could be here, here, or here. His best chance, I think, is to assume I don't have Ozzel, attack in, and retreat to Malistaire, maybe? I don't know. Have to see what he does. Okay. Couple of AT-ATs. Maybe I'll pull one off the queue. Maybe, yeah, that's probably okay. Okay, so if I Ozzel into Malistaire, then we're in good shape, right? And then my next play. So he does have Nadine. I have to be a little bit careful. Okay. Yeah, that's good for Malistaire, I think. Feel like ambush with Maydeen is his best chance here. Maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe he has point blank assault. Hello to Philip Wetzel. It is very late for me. That's correct. And, it's a good question on Ozzel. Ozzel is the ultimate Imperial trump card. That is correct. I feel like games I get Ozzel, my win rate is much better than 50%. I feel that games I get with Ozzel are about 50%. And then games I play against dubs, I need to have Ozzel to have a sub 50% win rate. Otherwise, it's probably 25% win. No, that's probably wrong. Without Ozzel against dubs, it's probably less than 10% win rate. And then with Ozzel and dubs, it's probably like 25%, give or take. But yeah, I agree. Ozzel is the ultimate trump card. The key is you really just need to not waste it. Like Soontir is a very good card too, but you can get good value out of it. Even without having a base attack turn. Ozzel, you need to be very patient with it. For example, like I should not have Ozzeled in last turn, right? I just wasn't going to win. And there was advice that I got from Cookie. I know I've said it on this planet or on this group a number of times, but the core idea with Imperial naval tactics is to force the player with the Moncal to what? What's happening? What happened there? I'm not missing anything, am I? Maybe he's trying to just throw me off a little bit. Okay. What am I missing? I guess an Incite Rebellion on Mandalore? Maybe I should have put troops instead of tanks. I don't think that's right. I have enough damage cards. Hope I didn't get any of my cards wrong. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Philip. The games with Ozzel totally changed the... Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Guess I should have run a subversion, huh? Nice. All right. Phew. Glad I didn't miscalculate anything there. Here we go. See if we can survive Maydeen. Do we do the no heal? I think we do no heal because then he can't heal, right? Or is it better to just do damage? Maybe do damage. I think his better move might have actually been to... Oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter. If he does the 1-1, he can drop 1 on each ATST to kill those. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That's good game. All right, let's do a quick breakdown on what he was holding on to. Start the evacuation, maybe for raid outposts, but he couldn't really afford it. Huts, he probably had a way to get seize control, right? So maybe this one here and this one here or something would be 2, but not quite enough from there otherwise. Yeah. Didn't want to lose the Corvette. Yep, that makes sense. With Hunt Them Down was really brutal, especially with the transport out there. Good times. He did pass on Maydeen's card. He did pass on Chewie's card, but it's because he already had those leaders. And then, yeah, just pretty straightforward game. Ozzel was actually not as key as it could have been. Malastare, I wonder if that was an option for him. Utapau, Endor, Toydaria, Bothawi, Felucia, Geonosis, and Moncal. Not great options for him for sure. Geonosis, Felucia, Toydaria. Yeah, he was kind of rocking a hard place here. In fact, he was totally rocking a hard place. He had one option he could move to. That's wild. All right, guys, good game. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys around. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. Always helps. And yeah, I'll see you guys around for another game here later on this week.